to True Geeks Alliance, CGA. My name is Mana today, and we have two special guests from a show coming up in November called Sister Act. So we have two cast members, and do you mind if you introduce yourselves?
Kiore, my name is Raewyn. I am one of the nuns, because there's lots of nuns in Sister Act, and I have a wee role as a cab driver. Singer, dancer, a bit of everything.
Kia ora tātou. My name is Baedyn. My character is Pablo in the show. I play one of the thugs. And me as a person, I'm just a musician all around musician. Yeah, that's right.
Nice, awesome. Nice to have you guys, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We have been waiting for this interview for a couple of weeks now. But also, before we start, I just want to big condolences to all the victims around the world, especially over in Afghanistan with the earthquake, and also with Israel in the war and Ukraine in the war as well. On both sides are the civilian casualties and also the victims as well. Huge condolences to the family, and hopefully you'll be able to see your family again and everything is back to being charming the way it was. And also our two bros are not here. As you can see, we have a different member behind the PC there. We just have someone, so my partner is just replacing our IT man for tonight because he is a little bit down in the weathers. And also our my other host has been kidnapped. That's why he's gone missing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your night, and I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's interview as well. Awesome. So tonight is going to be all about our musical theatre cast, 2 members, but the rest of the cast as well, and also the show. So I'm just going to start with both of you. We'll go with Raewyn first. How long have you been doing musicals for?
My relationship with the RMT whānau probably began in 1986.
Wow.
So quite a long time, but actually on stage, on and off since 92. So yeah, 1 or 2 under my belt.
Oh wow.
And with me, I've always just kind of grown up loving music and musical theatre. So I'm probably about the age of 8 to 10, somewhere around there. I done my first musical with RMT, and I've just kind of loved it ever since. Yeah.
Oh wow, wow. And you guys, so you guys have been in the Rotorua. Was there any inspiration on why you guys started doing musical shows and being on stage in theatre?
Well, I just loved seeing I loved going with my parents and like my brothers and stuff, and we'd always go out to RMT and watch their previous shows, and I just thought that kind of sparked with me. I just thought, I loved the way that the cast members all interacted with each other and how much everybody enjoyed it, and I wanted to put that under my belt and make that something I want to work towards.
That's pretty cool.
And for me, I've always liked music and musicals. Initially, I didn't think I sang very well.
Yeah.
So if you did the maths earlier, it's about 6 years that I was involved in the theatre, and I started off just helping show people to their seats, helping make the cups of tea, helping backstage, learning some of that stuff. And after I'd been around it for a little while, I thought, hey, I can do that, and had a go and got the bug, and here we are. Yeah.
So you both very inspired differently from parents, and then from you just working and surrounded by your environment. Sorry, just a little bit closer to your mouth, if that's okay. So you guys inspired by different things, different people, different environments, and you guys are still enjoying it now. Is there any roles, like favorite roles, like let's say acting, singing, dancing, and of course in general just dressing up? What is your favorite part in all of that?
All in the years that there have been many different roles, and obviously each one has something special about it. I think one that stands out for me was La Cage aux Folles back in the 90s. Got to play a transvestite, but got to like dance extremely, can tap dancing, everything you could think of, and I was a learner dancer, not really a big dancer. But the costumes were fabulous, the cast was fabulous. That would probably be one of my more favourite shows, but every show brings something different and a different cast of people and a different group of new people to meet. So everyone has its magic in a different way.
Yeah, kind of all depends on the show that you're doing. Like a lot of different shows bring up, like they highlight different aspects of musical theatre. But me personally, I just tend to love the music. I tend to love singing with all the fellow castmates and seeing how much we can really sing together in harmony and
get all
as
those
one.
harmonies together,
Yeah.
Special.
That's so cool. Is there so Raewyn, you've been in for a while. Is there anything that's changed between when you first were inspired doing your job, inspired to do it to now? Is there anything that's changed in the theatre?
I guess these days people are so much involved in a whole range of things, so the theatre is just part of their life, whereas when I first started it was a family whānau thing and everyone was involved and you were there kind of it's like your other marae, really. It still is now, and there are still people that have that, but a lot of people come and go. So you don't get as many of the same people that are continuously involved as you did a few years ago. Having said that, it still is very much a family thing. It's very much for like the difference in age. Baedyn's probably one of our youngest, and we've got someone in the 80s in our cast. We've got a huge variety of people, of professions, and that continues to be the thing that I enjoy the most. When you walk in the door at the theatre, you leave all of that behind and you're all on the same level and you all work together for a common goal, and there is the hierarchy's not there that you would see in the professional world. This is just everyone working together for the same outcome. So
you wouldn't change anything at the moment?
No, I don't think so.
You can. No one will know. No one will find out.
Listening now.
So, Baedyn, you go into school still. Is there any so you go to school with friends who do the theatre show as well?
Yeah.
And you guys egg each other on, go after school to practice at home, and how do you guys get better as friends, as a group of friends? Because obviously you go to the theatre as friends and then go to school as friends as well.
Yeah, well, a lot of my friends, we tend to try and inspire each other to go out and do the theatre in amongst our town and amongst our city, because before it was only a small amount of us that was with RNT, and when we done school productions, we wanted to bring them in and let them know what RMT was all about. And when the boys are when they don't know that if they can do it, if they can go out into the wider theatre world with a lot of cast members who have done it a lot in the past, they tend to get really nervous and they don't know if they can do it, and we just tell them, we can help you, and we can help you at school and at home and stuff. But a lot of it is just showing them, this is what they're all about. I've done this and we've done this, and
it's a cool thing.
A lot of the just talking to each other.
Because a lot of kids would be quite scared, and they'll personally, when I was younger, around your age, I thought, I did stage challenge and all of that stuff, but personally performing, acting, I would feel embarrassed. And it's not an embarrassing thing away. Once you've done it, once you've done the performance, it's actually quite cool. It's actually really cool.
It's probably worth saying too that when we start, none of us are very good. It's a growth. Every show is a growth, and this is why we have kind of 8 weeks of rehearsals, because we bring it all together. People in the theatre see you at your worst and at your best, and it's a community growth as well. So that's why you have rehearsals. It's not we don't just step up there and sing beautifully. It's a work in progress every single rehearsal.
I'm sure you all sing beautifully regardless anyway. And
you've got to sing a little bit to get there, but it's not perfect on day one.
True. I tell Ro that because I try to sing and I'm like, I need to learn how to sing better. Can you teach me? And she was like, just work on it. You're pretty bad, but just work on it. No. So, in terms of singing, is there anything else other than Rotorua Musical Theatre that you guys do? Like, I heard that you're in a band, Baedyn, and anything for you, Raewyn, like outside of musical?
My work commitments are pretty busy, but a few years ago I did do some cabaret work at the Blue Bars when they early on in those days, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Sort of
What's
that
cabaret?
live cabaret, live entertainment for conferences and such like.
Oh,
And
like the
that was good
professional high suit. Like,
yeah.
is there like how would that? Sorry, I'm just trying to imagine that. Is that like fancy dining tables and everything? Is it any dancing at all? Any singing, or is it just background music?
It's singing, entertaining. So the songs come from the performers on stage, and you're working with the audience. So it's a lot more interactive with the audience, and that keeps you on your toes. Yeah, it's very good.
Awesome. That's cool. That sounds really fancy, to be honest. It sounds so fancy. And what about you, Baedyn? What about your band? What's going on with your band?
So with my band, we're just we're trying to work towards mixing and mastering a new single that's coming out soon. Yeah. So I'm being on the lookout for that, Pumanoa. But apart from that, we're just trying to put a list of songs together so that we can get our name out there and we can perform at bars and pubs.
And what is your name? Sorry to interrupt you.
What is
the name of your band?
Pumanoa.
Pumanoa. Can we get that in the chat, please?
Thank you.
Pumanoa. But that's awesome. That's really awesome. I'm really jealous of both of you two.
Thank
talent, lots of talent. Also, I just want to ask personally, Baedyn, what is the difference between high school musicals compared to community musical theatre to you?
I think the biggest difference is just the cast members and like everybody in cast. When you're doing high school productions, it's a lot of around the same age groups, and you tend to know a lot of the cast members already because it's a lot of the same students that wanting to do productions year and year again. Whereas when you're doing theatre for Rotorua and just in another city in general, you tend to meet a lot of new faces and a lot of it's a whole new experience to get in amongst people who really enjoy it and take time out of their days to just commit to this production. So yeah, I think that's the biggest difference.
It's volunteer. Most of it's volunteer work, guys. These guys are representing Rotorua Musical Theatre, and it's volunteer. Like that takes a lot of time, honesty to yourself as well, and a lot of what's the opposite word for laziness? A lot of motivation and commitment.
And
That's
discipline.
it. Yes. Because if I'm not getting paid, I'm not doing it.
And that's why we're so passionate, because you have to have the passion to, and it's that dedication. There is a lot of rehearsal time, and you need to have some time outside of that to practice.
Yeah, definitely.
And to try and connect with your whānau and everybody else. That you are used to catching up with as well. Yeah.
Juggling your time as well, because I've been in a couple of not musical theatre shows, but like stage challenge. I used to do dance as well, and it is a lot of time. You do have to juggle a lot as well, and you have to prioritise what's important, especially when it's something as big as Sister Act. Like, come on, in America, Sister Act is huge, and now you guys holding the mantle. Yeah, big pressure.
This is a big cast for in Casablanca in the smaller theatre. We've got 27 on stage. Yeah, and we've got at least 30 backstage, and probably about the same front of house, kitchen, duty, bar duty, all of that, all volunteers. Wow. So it's a big thing, which you don't have to be on stage to be helping. Even if you can't sing and you don't think you can sing, you can help out. Stage crew, we need those people to move around the sets and and the props and the wardrobe ladies that help sew the costumes, and the lady in the kitchen who makes the cup of tea, the ladies in the bar, the guys that serve the drinks to the patrons, and the people that show them to their seats. There's so many things that you can get involved in the theatre that are not just standing on stage singing, if that's not your thing.
And I can definitely vouch for that as well, chat. Like I've been to a couple of your shows. I've had a drink from the bar. I've had really good service as well. Walking into the door for the entry, everybody smiles, happy, hoping that you would enjoy the show, company as well. And the show was amazing. Like Colour Purple, amazing show.
Very good.
So also, Raewyn, I just want to ask you, you've been in the Rotorua Musical Theatre since 1996, you said, right?
1986.
1986.
Yeah.
What is there any history? Can you tell me a little bit of history about like the shows that you've done? How many shows, and if you can remember?
My most recent one before this one was That Bloody Woman. If anyone did come to see that, I was the punk rock spiked hair old lady on stage.
I think I did go see that one.
Raewyn and I were involved in Aotearoa, the New Zealand rock musical. I was vocal coach, and streaking through the 70s, Raewyn was dance. It was choreographer, and I was the vocal coach for that. And we both ended up having a little stint on stage because some people were sick. So you get to be a little bit flexible and adaptable. But back in the day, my first big musical on stage was West Side Story in the old convention centre, Howard Morrison Centre now, and lots of smaller shows in I really like working in Casablanca in the smaller theatre. There's just something about the vibe in that place, and the audience is right there with you. There's so much history of people who've been on that stage before us who have mana and just so much talent, and it's really amazing to share that space with some of that history as well. People that have now passed on, or people that are no longer on stage now that still have an impact on what I do. Just amazing people that have all taught me something every time that I've done a show, and I think I look forward to that every time I do a show, somebody new teaching me something that I haven't come across before, or also just being able to share your knowledge. And I just love the tikanga of the theatre. There are there's I don't know, things like you don't whistle in the theatre, and all of those little things that make it a well-disciplined, cohesive group.
I heard that so there was one night I went to the theatre, and this regards to part of the history of the theatre as well. There's a ghost living in your theatre.
Oh, there's probably a few.
There's a few ghosts,
I kind of think that they're helping.
I did. We had to shut off the lights, and then we went to the lights when it was going towards the entrance, and I just stood there looking in the back, and I was like hoping someone would pick up and start doing like a ghost performance or something, a whole movie performance. But that's really awesome. The history of Rotorua Musical Theatre, such a long history as well, and I hope it keeps going, and hopefully people in Rotorua actually recognise this theatre a lot more, and because without you guys, that's a huge part of the entertainment section for Rotorua just taken away. Especially with young ones as well for your bands, because you guys do you guys go to Rockfest, is it? Or
Rockquest,
Rockquest, that's really awesome because that's been around since when I was young. That's really awesome. But I just want to go to you, Baedyn. Any part of your role or performance that you haven't done before, like a dance or acting?
Well, my role in this show, it's something that I haven't come across before in my very little shows that I've done with RMT and with school and stuff. It's very different to what I've done before, and I think one aspect that my character shows off about me that like I haven't explored in other shows is my the the vocal ability that's needed for that character is insane. It's like just listening to the Broadway shows and listening to the Broadway shows and getting that inspiration from the actual actors is it's a very talented group of singers. Those ones.
Is that so what character? So you said you're one of the thugs. Which are you, the Spanish one?
That's me.
You're the Spanish one, right? And you guys sing in Spanish?
Yeah, that's me.
Man, that's a huge role. Out of all both the two dudes, that's a pretty cool role because bilingual. You have to be very bilingual.
I think that's one of the really cool things about this show and other shows too, is just seeing these young rangatira growing and learning, and these kids are coming out with amazing talent before they start. It's just incredible to see.
You guys who've been at the theatre for ages, you guys are nurturing them to be a lot better. You guys are awesome.
I like to impart wisdom. Sometimes I have to be told to be quiet.
Oh, really? I'm sure they hugely appreciate it as well. This guy was like nodding ferociously. He's like, yeah. Also, I just want to ask about my
role.
Your role, your character. You said you're a taxi driver. Did you say?
Yes, I'm a cab driver.
So what role? Without spoiling it, a nun being a taxi driver?
Yeah, no, it's not the same character though.
Oh, so it's two characters.
Yeah, so I played two different characters. Yeah.
Oh wow, we got multi-talent here.
A nun taxi driver would be quite good. Often you'll get that in shows where there are smaller roles within the production, that people who are in the ensemble will be more than one role, and I like that.
How do you get inspired by a taxi person? Like, cause Baedyn, he watches Broadway stuff to learn. And you would have to watch the Sister Act. Both of you would have to watch the Broadway Sister Act show to learn. But how do you learn to be a taxi driver in a Broadway show?
It's not. You don't have to necessarily know how to play the role. I mean, there's a creative team that help you do that. So I haven't watched an entire Sister Act Broadway production. I've watched some of the music parts to just help with harmonies, but generally the director and the creative team, it's their role to try and create their vision of the show, so it may not be exactly the same as something that you've seen on Broadway, but it will be close to it, unless there's something like Les Miserables where there's a set thing that you have to do. But generally the director and the creative team will have a vision, and it's part of their role to support you to meet that vision, and you have to draw a little bit on personal experiences and with their advice. You know, sometimes it's as simple as speaking loud enough so that everyone can hear what you're saying, and standing the right way so that you look like a thug, or and you know, nuns have a way of walking, and sort of little things like that will help create the character that you're trying to play.
Do you think you've got a lot more to learn? Because obviously being young, you have a lot more to learn. But being around for a long time,
always. You have to be open to learning in everything that you do, I think. You know, but that's why every production is different, and every production has its own magic, because you're usually learning something new. Like that Bloody Woman, we learnt about Kate Shepherd and New Zealand history and stuff. So every production has a little bit of other stuff that you might learn about as well.
That's really cool. Like, it's also learning the history of the story while performing, because then you get to live that history as well. And with both your characters, what's the favorite, without spoiling again? Sorry guys, we can't be spoiling this because you guys. Well, we're doing this interview for those who can't attend, because that show got sold out a month earlier. Like, well done. But what's your favourite part of the rehearsals and the performance at the moment?
I think the finale.
The finale?
The finale's big on dance, big on sing, big on costumes, Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, I think my favourite part about the performance is probably like the moments just before a big group of people go on stage for like a musical number, or like or a acting scene or moving set or something like that.
Yeah.
Just those little mere moments before stage, where everybody's kind of looking at each other and waiting for the director or the stage manager to tell you to go on stage.
Yeah,
It's really sometimes it can be stressful just telling us, get on stage, blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, it's really exciting to see the whole show come together while you're doing those little things in between moments. Yeah, I think it's my favorite.
Those focused moments.
I would like to share my favorite moment as well. It's the chasing scene.
Oh, yeah.
Great part.
Yeah.
Great part. I can't wait to see how you guys do that. Honestly, it's gonna be good.
It's fun.
I know almost all of the scenes because someone watches 100 times a day. But can you both? Sorry. Can you guys both tell me a little bit more about Sister Act? Like, is it a romance, a comedy, all ages, or just adults? And like, what's the dates of the performance as well?
Sister Act, I would say, is a love story. I would say it's a love story between two people, but it has a lot of highlights of comedy and like a lot of. Sister Act has been very clever with hiding their jokes, like so that if the adults do get it, it's a very funny joke, and if the younger ages do not get it, then it's still a funny show to watch, and it's probably for all ages to have a good laugh and stuff like that. Yeah.
Definitely, and there are moments of comedy brilliance with some of our cast are just very, very clever, very talented. It's, I guess those who are coming, it's not the same music as the Sister Act movie. It is the Broadway version, which has music that was written specifically for it. So you won't recognise any of the songs, but the musicality of it is incredible, the harmonies, and the music was written by Alan Menken, I think, who wrote Hercules and a couple of other Disney movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it does, a lot of the songs have that real Disney sound, and that's pretty special. And we have to remember to sing with our Disney smiles.
Disney smiles, Disney wants. That's really cool, because that just reminds me of there's one show that I've always wanted to watch, live show, and it's performed by the Africans. It's called it's Lion King. It's the Lion King. The theatre show version. It's amazing.
Special. Very special.
I've seen it. Pretty sure I've seen it actually being performed live. I think a couple of schools went to watch them because it was a huge. They were travelling. They were doing a tour. So, serious question. What roles? So, if you guys could redo or recast for a role, and you had given the time and the chance, what role would you try to recast for? And if you could get it, like you got it, you got the role, you got the time, and you got the chance.
I think I would definitely take on the role of Eddie, which my fellow friend Hunter has been chosen for, and he plays the part very well. But I think if I could be recasted as anybody, it would be Eddie. He's very his musical talent and his musical variety amongst the show is amazing, and the way he sings his own solo song is pretty cool. And I love the way that Hunter plays this character, but I just think it'd be cool to portray it for audiences. Yeah.
That's awesome. And yourself, Raewyn?
I don't know, because I love being in the ensemble.
What is an ensemble? Sorry.
Ensemble is like all the people in the background who sing to support the main actors.
Okay.
Being a main actor has extra responsibility with learning lines and other things, but with the ensemble sometimes you get to do a bit more variety. Yeah. But I do love the character of Sister Mary Patrick, played beautifully by Laura Falconer. She's fun and infectious, and she's just got so much energy and spark on stage. If I could do it like her, that would be great.
I do know Laura Falconer. I used to my family knew the Falconers when they were young and little kids, so I do know the characteristics of what you're talking about.
And
that's
her mum
awesome.
Evelyn was in my first big stage production
really?
in West Side Story. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
and she's
awesome.
in the show as well.
What a small world.
Yeah.
Well, Rotorua is kind of small. But more serious questions, and these are quick fire questions.
Sweet.
Okay, so we've got. So I don't know if you guys watch these shows, but welcome to the True Geeks Alliance. Officially welcoming you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kia ora.
You're geeky now, and you are a part of our awesome alliance. We have a variety of amazing people in here.
Sweet.
Also, so quick fire question: Mandalorian or Ahsoka?
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Okay, Madagascar or Shark Tale?
Madagascar.
Shark Tale.
Oh, okay. Android, Samsung or Apple iPhone?
Apple iPhone.
Samsung.
Oh! Okay, Crash Bandicoot. Oh wait, no, sorry, not Crash Bandicoot. We're gonna switch this one up. If I can remember the name. What's the name of the game we're playing right now?
The game that we're playing right now.
With the robot.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Dexter? I'm so sorry, I had to ask.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank?
Easy.
I don't
You don't
play
know
those
those?
games.
Easy.
No.
What about? Do you know Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, I do, but I don't have time for them.
No, that's okay. So we'll just say Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
And you said Jack and Dexter? Or
No, Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ah.
Nice. This is a really cool new one out.
Yeah.
Labour or National? Sorry, this is just because the election's just
Mm.
got
Oh my
passed.
god.
No, hey, it's just.
I don't want to answer that question.
I feel like as a young fella, I don't think I get a say.
You
But,
have a say. You have a huge say.
I think Labour.
Labour?
Labour.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll just say Labour for you.
No political questions.
Okay, so we have one last important quick fire question. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Obviously. Yeah.
And that's a wrap, guys.
Sweet.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Favorite.
Awesome. So we got one last question, guys. Before we start wrapping it up, we've got any up and coming shows or performance besides your sister act and your band as well
For us or for RMT?
for.
RMT
Yeah,
is
besides
doing
Sisters, yeah.
Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
show next year. Auditions are, I think, the weekend after Labour weekend.
Yeah.
Having a look on RMT Facebook page, but that's going to be a huge production. It needs people on stage, but it also needs lots of people to help out backstage, and it's going to be in the big Sir Howard Morrison Centre. So
Oh wow!
it will
Yeah.
need lots of people. So if you're
Yeah.
interested in getting involved,
Yep. We might even this crew might even come and help sort something out as well.
yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So for my band, right now we are just working on our new single and just making sure that we're putting together a list of songs for us to go around Rotorua and put our name out there. So you might see us in and around Rotorua and around the bars and the restaurants and stuff like that.
Yep.
But and in amongst that, we're also writing and trying really hard to put together a few songs of ourselves so that we're not, the cover artists that other bands tend to do when they're getting their name out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to make a name for ourselves. That's what we're doing.
That's awesome, and hopefully, if it's alright, we'll try and get you guys in for an interview as well.
Yeah.
And also for us at Sir Cheeks Man Me, Sir Geeks Alliance, we just we've got Halloween on the 28th with Miss Rotorua coming up. We will try to be getting some interviews in with Love Soup, the people who go around feeding their families and others who can't afford to eat. And we'll try and get some more other people in, but I think in the next couple of weeks we're going to be doing a mukbang, doing the Halloween things, and yeah, pretty much it. We will try to get more people to interview. If you guys know someone that would like to interview, someone who's inspirational, who has is coming up for a big event, or just needs to get recognised because of their great deeds and the deeds that go unnoticed as well. But yeah, we really want to talk to those kind of people. We want to talk to you guys as well, and we'll be sharing more knowledge in the future. But I just want to say again, thank you so much, guys, for coming in.
Thanks
It was
for
been,
Thank you for having us.
it's been
Thank you.
an awesome time. I really enjoyed it, and knowing more about you guys as the cast members for the show as well, because I'm going to be coming in to watch for the starting show,
Opening night.
opening night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be really excited.
Cool.
Couple of months of listening to all of these songs and stuff, and yeah, I just really wish
That
you guys
probably
luck.
is really important to say at this point too, that we can't do this without the support of our whānau and our
Yeah.
friends around us who keep the home fires burning while we're at rehearsals. Yeah.
And do you guys got any, like, other than just what you just said, any shout outs to your specifically to your family and friends or anything?
I'd probably just want to thank anybody who has taken time out of their day to make sure that we're all at rehearsal on time, that we've all like been taken care of, and a lot of that is with RMT. Yeah, just making sure that we're all getting rehearsal on time, we're all signing in, we're all looked after really well, and
Present in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment. Yeah.
And mine's a big shout out to my husband, really.
Oh,
Yeah. Because he doesn't mind having leftovers for dinner, and he makes sure the cat's fed and the house is clean and stuff for me. So
as long
he-
as the
yeah.
cats are fed.
Yeah.
oh,
as well.
it's very important in our
Very
house.
important.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We
So
got
no, he's
cats
special.
too.
He supports me a lot, so it makes a big deal.
That's
for me.
awesome.
Mm.
That's awesome. And for the committee as well, they've been doing a really good job keeping tabs on everything and organising the show to come out. And a huge ups for the cast members as well. You guys, amazing. Like, without you guys as well, not happening. If there was one or two less of you guys, definitely not happening.
Yeah.
But that's really awesome, and the fact that you guys have sold out the show a month early. You guys are doing really well. You guys are on schedule, as I've been hearing, and it's this performance is going to be amazing.
It's huge.
And I can't wait to see the future of Rotorua Musical Theatre
Thank you.
as well. So
Yeah.
that's going to be us for tonight, guys. Thank you guys for coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight, and we're going to be seeing you next week. I think we don't have a guest yet, so we'll probably be touching base on some other stuff unless someone hits us up and goes, hey, I have this, we have this, let's do this. If you guys understood that. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming in. Ka kite. Bye-bye. Bah.
See you.
Awesome.